For this updated foundation routine, I'm starting with a foundation that has been newer to me, but I have been going through like crazy, and it is the ItCosmetics CC Full Coverage Cream, and I'm in the shade medium. This stuff is amazing if you like full coverage, and the color just suits me so well. I knew nothing about ItCosmetics, and the foundation I've been super pleased with. Even in my kit on other clients, people have really liked the way it looks, which is very telling on how a foundation is versatile to me and for other people, so I really wanted to show it for you guys. The way I like to apply it is by placing it on my center of my face and the areas where I have a little more pigmentation. I do have my damp beauty blender ready to go here. It goes down very matte and it's just covering everything so quickly, you guys. I really like this foundation. Next, I am taking CoverFX concealer, and I'm using the shade Light for brightening and to cover the dark spots all in one. I don't like to do it separately. I think it takes too long, so what I do is I squeeze this guy onto my ring finger and I press it up underneath into this like corner right there and then bring it down. This stuff is definitely full coverage. This foundation tutorial I would just consider full coverage. This is my favorite step, is blending out this concealer to make it look less crazy, and you just look 10 times more awake with that little bit of a brighter shade underneath your eyes. Just still working with that damp beauty blender. This is really the trick, you guys, to making your foundation, your liquid foundation, looking the most natural. I've really given up on using my brushes on camera because I can't see the detail. You guys can, and it just doesn't blend as nicely as the sponge does, I feel. So I just work that in and make sure there are no patches that are still sitting. You just want to make sure it's all blended and looks like your skin. This is a kind of crazy extra step you can do, but I do have a darker shade in the ItCosmetics foundation, and a really great trick I have been enjoying is using darker foundations to contour with. I don't usually do this regularly, I just think it's a really natural way to do a contour. It just does take a little longer. Thought I'd show you guys because this is kind of a fun trick, and it's just a really great tip I wanted to talk about. Going a few shades darker, and you can even do this with a drugstore foundation, something that's deeper than your skin tone, which this one is, and I take it on a little brush. This is a Real Techniques brush and usually used for concealer. So just blend it out like that. What I do is I place it where you would contour, so up near my temples. I try not to go too crazy with this stuff because it is a lot darker than me. Temples down here, down slopes of my cheeks, temple, get a little of the nose here. So then you're going to take your Beauty Blender sponge after you've placed it where you want some shading, and I'm going to take, especially the bottom part I like to take, and work that in. And just liquids look really natural, I feel like, when you use it as a contour step. They look really nice and natural. As you can see, it's giving my skin some shading without being too strong. So I've really been enjoying the way this looks. If you have a foundation that's too dark for you right now, you can try this out so you don't feel like you're completely wasting the foundation. You can maybe test it out as a bronzer. So you can see it just gives a really nice subtle frame to the face, but I do go in with a little bit of powder, and if I didn't do that last step, I would just go right into my Anastasia Contour Kit so that I can create the shape of my face with these bronzers, and then also just set my liquid foundation with this. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'd like to take this more yellow undertone shade that goes well with my skin tone and just pop this right underneath here. And then where I tend to have makeup crease, but again, my skin's very dry, so I don't use this all throughout. Then I'd use the bronzing shade to emphasize my cheekbones. But I already have some bronzer there from my foundation, so I'm not gonna add very much, but just to show you guys. Choosing a blush here and an angle brush. And tap that off because you can get really carried away if you don't tap it off sometimes. And I'm just gonna focus it right on the outside of where my iris is, down on my cheekbone. It's kind of how I like to reference where to put my blush. Give a big dorky smile, then buff it in until you get the color and intensity that you like. This will probably be in every foundation routine video from now on my beauty channel. It's the Becca highlighter in Opal. Love adding this as the final step on the cheekbones and even on my eye makeup a little bit to give a nice glow. It just ties it all together. And I just had to get a new one of these because I go through them so fast. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, and they didn't even have the full size one, so I just went and got the travel size one, and I'll have to get a bigger one later. Spray that 3 times. Your makeup will not move with this. It just, I don't know how it does it, but it honestly, I like guarantee it doesn't move. And I trust that thing with my life. So that is going to complete my current foundation routine. I hope you guys all enjoyed it and found it helpful. Let me know what you guys think. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.